Hey guys, it's your host again of the Garchomp Daily. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to bring a news video today just because I know it's been a day or so. I wanted to get just some stuff out of the way in regards to some news before we go into some more content that I want to bring out this upcoming week. So look forward to some shiny hunts and some more shiny rankings. But with Pokemon Day being this week, I was like, you know what? We really need to go over just some last minute news leading up to it. Because once Pokemon Day comes out, we're going to compare these sources. We're going to see what is true and what isn't by just a single day alone. But I wanted to go over just a couple of things, just because we may have had some gameplay leaks of Legends ZA. There may have been some confirmation, or at least hints, towards a black and white remake. But with that being said, let's get into the news today as I'm reporting to you here. So the first thing I want to go over is a post I saw from someone named, I don't know how to pronounce their full name here, but their Twitter tag is Ama Shinu, or I guess X tag, I guess, but it's still Twitter, isn't it? Deep down it is to us. And again, I don't know which two of them, so again, give them a follow, as I just did, because they do make some points here. So, we're looking at some confirmed stuff for Legends, for Pokemon Legends ZA, as far as we know. And again, these could easily possibly change. I highly doubt it, but we'll get into that in a second. But let's go over the supposedly confirmed. One, Mega Evolution has been confirmed back. We do not know how many new Megas are going to be involved, but we will see. Quasar Team Quasar is going to be the one that's running the redevelopment. We don't know if they may have like an evil splinter group or what's going on with that. Obviously, it takes place in Lumio City. The game will not have Wonder Trade. I mean, I can foresee that. They didn't have that within the original Pokemon Legends Arceus. And I don't know how much they're going to do online. Because I know with Legends Arceus, there was very minimal stuff you could do online. Like, very minimal. Hence why they had the items to evolve the trade evolutions. Stunfisk is going to be in the game. I don't know why that's such an interesting thing, but, I would assume so, especially considering that it's been really much hinted that every single Pokemon in existence is going to be there. 6, the Shiny Sound from Pokemon Legends Arceus is back. I don't know how they know that's confirmed, but if it is, let's go. I've genuinely not seen anything confirming this, but I would assume it would be the same. Like, I kind of really wish it was coming back, so I think it will. Mega Zygarde and Mega Zeraora are planned, and really they have dropped a lot of hints toward that, so I can't really say it isn't confirmed, because they have dropped a lot of hints. Unconfirmed, but has evidence to suggest that it's likely the Skylar starters, Fennekin, Chespin, and Froakie are in the game. I mean, obviously they're going to be in the game, but we all doubt that they're actually going to be like the stars that you get. They may be something that you get on later. Kind of similar to Legends Arceus, how you can get the the Sinnoh starters there, but they were not your main ones to choose from. You know what I mean? But I wanted to go over this just so we can look back on this come next week when Pokemon Day is announced. Well, I guess everything within their announcements. I actually wanted to go over something different, but we'll go over this one first, because what we're going to get into in regards to Pokemon Legends ZA and then the black and white remakes is totally different. So we had someone named Cardin IH, which I think I have went over before. I'm actually a pretty good artist, but they said, could you imagine Pokemon Wind and Waves, which isn't out of the the loop, but Blaine's even says Gen 10 Pokemon, which again, follow Blaine's. Blaine's is awesome. I'm even in his Discord server, so shout out to him. But he says Gen 10 Pokemon. He says that there's no chance it's coming the same year as Pokemon Legends ZA. But only reasonable time frame for Gen 10 release is November 2026. For the final video of Pokemon Presents, I anticipate that Project Rodeo I've covered in vids. So I want to give my opinions on this for Gen 10. So we know that Gen 10 is going to happen. I mean, again, there's no reason it wouldn't. But I don't feel that they're going to release it that soon. I mean, you got to think. I mean, they've been working on Legends ZA for like, what, almost 2.5 years going, really? Because they said that they started it during Scarlet and Violet. So really, they've been working on it for pretty much almost, actually, for 3 years. Yeah, for almost 3 years. I would say that Gen 10 would most likely come out in 2027. And I think if there's like many black and white remakes, which we'll get in that here in a second. I believe if there's any black and white remakes, those will come out first, and they're probably already working on them as we speak. But we'll see that when Pokemon Day comes. So, with that being said, I wouldn't want to count our chickens before they hatch, because we don't exactly know when this is all going to release. But I'm doubtful that it will come out in 2026, because I believe that they would want Legends ZA to have its cycle, and then for there at least be some year to work with the remakes. But it just really depends on how fast Pokemon wants to push these games out. But they've been focusing a lot more on quality than quantity recently. So there's a good chance that in late 2026 we get the Gen 5 remakes, and then 2027 we get the Gen 10 games. There's a very high possibility, and it's actually a possibility that I am all down with. And, I'll go over them each year. I'll still be here going over that with you guys. So that's my entire dealio. And someone did say down here that, Gen 9 came out same year as Pokemon Legends Arceus. Oh, excuse me. I swear I've got enough sleep. But anyways, that's true. But they rushed not Legends Arceus, but they rushed Scarlet and Violet to meet after Legends Arceus. So since they want to focus more on quality, I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. But I mean, hey, it easily could. It easily could. We don't know how many teams that Game Freak has going on for their projects, so we could easily have that, be changed. You know what I mean? Before we get into the last part, I want to go over something from Soul Silver, and it's discussing black and white. And again, like, he made a long post, but so we'll just go over it really quickly. So, he says, long post, black and white remakes have to be after Gen 10. Okay, which is quoting the statement, but where would they fit in? Gen 10 will be 2026, Gen 10 DLC will be 2027, which is possible. Probably a new Legends Johto game, 2028, around 3 years after ZA. So, even if they waited until 2028, and it released then instead of Legends game, it would be pushed back to 2029. We won't have revisited Johto for 18 years. I mean, that is very true. I mean, so I definitely see them having a revisit of Johto, and really I see them making a Legends game of Johto just because of the Burning Tower. We get to see the 3 legendary dogs be born. We actually get to, maybe if they do it, we get to see which Pokemon they were, because we don't know what they were. We don't know if they were truly evolutions or what. So yeah, no, we do not know exactly when that may be. But even more than that, I firmly believe there were legitimate leaks of Black and White Remake in development in 2023. Would they really leave a 2023 game on the shelf until 2028 or release it 5 years later? No. It's blasphemy. It's actually asinine to think that they would do that, because that's them losing money, and Nintendo's not going to lose money, and people have been waiting for Gen 5 remakes. Back in 2023, whispers of a third party made Black and white games, not specified by what genre, exclusively for the Switch 2. Meant to showcase Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch 2. Started, again, like that all started happening and kept becoming more credible as multiple credible sources confirmed it existed. And this is true. And I think with that, with the Nintendo Switch being real, I mean, you gotta think, these sources explicitly said a Nintendo Switch 2 was coming out and it was going to showcase these black and white remakes. So you have legitimate proof and you have concrete evidence now that there is something going on. Especially since these leaks were talking about a new Nintendo Switch console, most specifically being called the Nintendo Switch 2. So with that being said, you can't take it off the table. You got to leave the plate there, and you got to finish what is on the plate. And that's what Nintendo's doing. They loaded their plate up, and they're going by each section of the plate, and they're eating it up and producing it as they go along. You know, they're taking their time, you know, finishing it. You know, they basically made themselves a big Thanksgiving plate, but really it's our plate for us fans because we're getting all this content. And you know, I guess a better look at it is that it's actually our Thanksgiving plate, but we have to wait to get served each course. You know what I mean? And you know, we got you know, look over at Riddler Coup. This is later in 2024. You know, we saw Riddler Coup say that Ilka made the black and white remakes is currently, which again they said that was currently in development. We don't know if this is the same project that'll start in 2023 or what. But again, there's been a lot of black and white references, and I do want to get into that. There's been a lot, and we're going to go into that towards the end there. There's something going on. I mean, come on. I mean, look, for example, you know, they've been hitting at this since the DLC Scarlet and Violet. But look at the Blueberry Academy. I mean, that is in Unova. It's in the ocean right off the coast. So there's hints, and I think that's going to be, and I don't be surprised come Pokemon Day, this is not well if this isn't like the last thing that comes with like be surprised if it isn't the last thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I'm expecting black and white remakes to be hinted at the end of the presents, and that's when they're going to like drop it. So I think they're going to have Legend ZA be up there, and then it's going to fade to black, and then it's going to, you know, hint at black and white, you know, and maybe it'll be 2026, you know, and so be it. You know, we are all willing to wait, you know, until 2026 to get that. Just give us the entire year to enjoy our Legends ZA, because I'm looking forward to it. But with that being said, I do hope that Ilka's not in part of it, just because I know Ilka did a rough job with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I liked the games, but they were just true faithful remakes, and that's just rough to me, you know. And then goes out here say, so if it is the same project, I would assume that it would want to come out sooner than later. Yep, that is true. They don't want to get a quick buck. You know, they don't want to get a quick buck, I don't believe, because, you know, Soul Silver is like, if there was a directional change, it would be wise to cut their losses and release it anyways to make a quick buck. I don't think that they would do that. Especially with how the fan base has cried to them in a rightful way. Like we're not crying to them like to be like toxic or anything. Like, I'm not trying to be toxic here. But like, we have pleaded, we've cried to them. Like, we want change, and they're doing it. And I don't think that they're going to throw that away now that they're doing Legends ZA. And if Legends ZA is a huge hit, then why would they risk that? You know, like, why would they risk losing that ground? I mean, they've hinted at this being their biggest ambitious game yet, and you know, they're not going to lose out on that. With Ilka, that's the biggest one right now, is that they're being hinted at. He just goes over, you know, his opinion, saying, in my opinion, there's a black and white remake should be released alongside Legends ZA in late 2025, just like BDSP and Legends Arceus. Or maybe it's not a remake, but instead a Unova-based game featuring megas, old and new, coming late. Again, I would want a remake, or at least a re-adaptation, you know what I mean? But yeah, no. Let me know what you think about this, because I think it's very, very possible, and I think that they may have it as like a secondary project working on the side. So when this releases, perhaps they have both of these projects they've been working on the past couple of years. Who knows? And here's the last thing. This is going over strictly just a lot of the black and white references. So again, from Soul Silver Art here, he says, "Welcome to all," in parentheses, "I probably missed some, but the connections and references to potential black and white remake coming soon. Zoom in for the details." Because 2025 is the 15th anniversary of Black and White, which again, BDSP released on the 15th anniversary of Diamond Pearl. So this is a high possibility that these are coming out, because they're going to celebrate these big anniversaries, and especially next year. I believe next year is what, the 30th year anniversary? 30 years of Pokemon? Yeah. So they're going to go big. And maybe that's when the Gen 10 will come out. Who knows? Kalos is heavily connected to Unova, the wildest parts being in Sycamore's office. There are only Unova Pokemon and a Perfume Palace. Yeah, there's that Perfume Palace, and then we're going back to Kalos Legends ZA, so we might get more Unova lore, but also Black and White Remake releasing alongside ZA would parallel Legends Arceus and BDSP. A lot of TCG stuff is the main character within the in the TCG currently. Pokemon Go has a long Unova event going on currently. The Black Rayquaza and White Zygarde parallels Zekrom and Reshiram, which that's kind of a stretch, but it kind of makes sense. Rumors of Ilka, which again, Ilka may be behind it, but I'm telling you, Ilka, for some reason, if someone from Ilka sees this, you better make up for what you did for BSP. Again, like I said, I do like BDSP. They were good Pokemon games, but we don't want a carbon copy with just a fancy new chibi sprites with really weird follow sprites from the Pokemon. We want the games remade with a little bit changes, with little changes to them. We don't mind if they try and make like a faithful remake, but add some changes to it. Playing BDSP felt like I was playing the regular, Diamond and Pearl all over again. Sure, there was some tiny new additions, but there wasn't that very many. I mean, not enough to make a difference. You know what I mean? Obviously, teases from Scarlet and Violet, and then lots of Black and White merch in 2025 that's been set. But yeah, no, let's look. So again, we can look through all this art here. This is from the pictures on the wall. Got Tippix, Snivy, like, you have quite a bit. Got Reshiram, look. Well, within Sycamore's office here, you can see every single one of these sprites, and it is uncanny. There has been hints just settled everywhere. And then you got those statues. And then obviously, you got the whole Riddler coup post there. But again, even with TCG, there's just so much Gen 5. Like, why? There is no reason for them to just be randomly hinting at just a specific generation like that. Like, something's happening, and Pokemon has been known to do this. Even leading up to BDSP, they had their hints, and they dropped quite a bit. So, I definitely believe that Black and White remakes are coming soon. You know what I mean? And then with Legends Arceus, with Legends Arceus and Legends ZA back to back, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe these remakes would be another Legends game. Or if they'll build off of the Legends games, kind of like what BDSP did, which I'm trying to make the parallel there, because Legends Arceus and BDSP piggybacked off each other. Maybe remakes of Black and White will piggyback off of, Legends Arceus, which is entirely possible. And then we look at, the Pokemon Go events here. I mean, there's just a lot of Gen 5 stuff. I mean, it would be different. It was like, oh, we're just going to do like a small little event here. No, this is a genuine, like, dump off of just a whole bunch of Gen 5 stuff, and there's no explanation for it. So, I do believe that Black and White remakes are going to come out either very late this year or very early next year. We will see how that goes. We really need to wait for the Pokemon Presents, which I'm excited for. Like, I'm counting down the minutes. So, again, let me know within the comments what you think. Thank you guys for getting me to 72 subscribers. We're almost to 100. Again, I'm going to do something big once we get to 100. So I hope to see us get there really soon. I think we will. I appreciate the views, guys. And hey, don't forget to check out my other videos. I have multiple videos, from news to shiny hunts to ranking shinies. I recently did one over underrated shinies. And with that being said, there's even underrated Pokemon that have underrated shinies that I went over. So again, go check those out. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and favorite. Again, be a chomp above the rest. And I do hope to see you guys around. Thank you.